What's up, y'all, and welcome back to the Potty Chat Podcast, episode 094. Yes, it is I, Slazo, taking control once again because I'm the one who's here every week. And if you've been keeping up for the last few weeks, you will know that it's Swiggy's turn to be off. He's in a pool somewhere skinny dipping. But don't worry, because I am joined by the perfect princess, Miss Laura O'Leary. How you doing?
Thank you. I am the perfect princess. I appreciate that. I like that nickname.
Yeah.
I want that to be a regular thing.
Totally original.
I'm gonna be honest.
Nicked that from a game.
I was pulling a face once you said Squee was in the pool skinny dipping, so you redeemed it and made me like calm again. Because I was like, I do not want to be what follows that announcement. But yeah, I'm happy to be here, back from my week off again.
Yeah, it's like a revolving door with you two. Like, I get one week, and then next week I get the other, and then...
We like to high five.
I was gonna say, can never get you two in the same place at the same time. It's
all. I mean, it's because he keeps insisting on skinny dipping, and I'm just like, whoa, bro. That's actually why.
Yeah.
True story.
And don't ask what she does on her weeks off.
Please don't.
If you've not listened to us before, we are a gaming podcast, and we talk about games news, games releases, what we've been playing, gaming plugs, gaming hot topic. Probably a gaming outro as well. Basically, we talk about games. So, on that topic, let's start off with what we've been playing this week. I'll go first, because usually Laura has to stall for time to think of something.
Thank you.
Yep, no worries. So, now that I've had my Xbox One for a week or so, I have had a chance to play some Forza Horizon 3. And, yeah, it's good fun. I haven't played one since Forza Horizon, and it's been so long since I've played that in my mind has become like this golden perfection egg. So Horizon 3 doesn't feel as good as my mental image of Horizon 1, but I'm still having like great fun. And I really love kind of the off-road segments in this one, because after years of Forza games which punish you mercilessly by slowing you down to like 20 miles an hour if you randomly cut a corner, to have this one where it just goes, yeah, just go smash through a field of trees, why not? They can't stop you.
I mean, it depends which tree you hit.
Yeah, some of like
that is the thing.
There are some times where you're like, oh, I can crash into smash, like, oh.
And you're like, oh, my car. Oh, it's
Whoopsie.
fun. Yeah, I've had them moments.
To be fair, it is also fun because like checkpoint races, obviously you can't just cheat. But when some of the races, like, oh, you want to recruit this guy, so do an A to B race, no checkpoints, and the AI will very obediently follow the roads. Which is brilliant, because I'll just go across the field and win by like a minute. It's just maybe that's the thing. I would have thought they'd have something reactive going. Oh, he's not sticking on the roads. Just yeah, anything goes then. But no, also it's got the whole driver task stuff. But I can't really tell how it, if any way, like changes anything. Like I know you can tweak difficulty to 100 different settings. And
yeah, I'm gonna be honest. It scares me how much you can change on it, so that's why I always leave it. I'm scared.
I did some things like I hate how I think Forza and Drive Club both always go you need the racing line on. I'm like, no, because I never use the racing line. My racing line is what gets me across the line first. Other racers be damned. Although saying that, I haven't been as aggressive in this one as I have been in like Drive Club. Because it's off-road, so it's a bit harder to just smash into people willy-nilly. Oh, wow.
I mean, I get that.
Yeah, but
I can see that.
That's good fun. I've been enjoying that. And the other game I've been playing weirdly was Destiny. Like
One?
Yeah, Destiny 1.
One?
It's weird because I was watching a bunch of Destiny videos over the last week or two and was finally, I think on Tuesday, like, you know what? Yeah, I want to play some Destiny again. It's not that long until Destiny 2. Discovered the Destiny 2 beta went live that exact day. If you've pre-ordered on PlayStation, was like, oh, alright, this is going to be weird. So I'm playing Destiny 1 while everyone's off trying the new beta. So
How is it Destiny active? Out of
there's still people on it. Like, I was able to like get into a strike. It took longer than it would have done, like say a year or two ago. Like,
obviously, I think that's expected.
I was waiting for a couple of minutes for it to log me up with people, but otherwise, yeah. And I mean, it's Destiny. It's the same old stuff. Like, I've made a Titan for the first time, so I'm going through a lot of the old content again. But yeah, it's relaxing, I suppose. Like, it's comfortable Destiny. It's a fun enough shooter that I can just ignore the story, switch off, and have a laugh while listening to a podcast or something. So, yeah. What worries me is they've added, like, I think it's the Book of Triumph to celebrate the fact that now we're in the Age of Triumph and, like, the final hurrah of Destiny 1. And it worries me that it's, like, it's got an award on the first page for each era of Destiny you've been playing in. And I apparently have played Destiny in all 8 of them. And I'm like, oh, I didn't even buy some of these expansions, and I've been credited for them.
I mean,
it's
get
like,
you!
I know, I was like going, I've played far too much Destiny, when did this happen?
When did you stop playing? Because apparently, never.
Apparently, not soon enough. But yeah, so I've been playing a chunk of Destiny. We'll come back to Destiny in the news section though. But what have you been playing this week, Laura?
Awesome! I'm so glad you prepared me for this. I did start Call of Duty Infinite Warfare because I got that for free off Amazon because there was like
for free.
Yeah, it was free.
What?
Because it was like when they did that at Prime Day. Do you remember Prime Day?
Yeah, that's when I bought my Xbox.
Oh yeah. That's why I said because I think it was only going to people with Prime, and then there was like a student thing, and it just worked out when you put it in the basket. Instead of being $7.99, it came out free. I didn't get charged for it, and that's why I have a new game.
You didn't tell me this.
I did. I put it in the DMs or anything, but by the time you did the Xbox, that was the day after, and they'd like caught up and cancelled it.
Oh. Okay.
But they were limiting people to one copy because that's what otherwise they would.
Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, everyone would be getting a copy of this for Christmas. Basically, started the story mode. You know, it's what you expect. I'm quite happy. Not that much into it. Did a bit of online. Call of Duty being Call of Duty. You know what I mean? It's a great game for it being free. But been doing that.
As a game I've not paid for, I can't complain.
Yeah, I mean I can't. Like it's cool. I don't know what I would expect. It works. I've also done a bit of GTA Online. Been doing some heists and stuff like that. That's been cool. I need to get back to Horizon, but I've been distracted by GTA. I've also fitted in a bit of FIFA, just to make sure Squiggy knows where he's at and beat him like once.
I like the part how you've played all the games except the ones I bought with my Xbox.
Nice!
Little Miss Gears here. Not once have I had like, get on Gears, Slazo, let's do this.
You told me you didn't have gold, so I didn't.
I do. Well, I do now because I had to party up with you because I won't get into that on the podcast. But
okay. I mean, I'm not available today because I'm doing this podcast, but I am around tomorrow for some Gears.
Oh man, hit me up if I'm not
some
busy.
Sunday. Maybe actually some Sunday too. I'm around this week. Basically, weekend of Gears. This is also within when this is filmed, but recorded. But yeah, I don't mind playing some Gears, taking you through how great I am at it.
Sweet.
I love Gears.
Well, I've got all of them.
I'm going to be honest.
Gears 4 comes with every game, so.
Yeah, I could be in a meeting at work. I could be at an important event like graduation. If you text me Gears, I'm running home. I mean, I'm like, out of the way, guys. There's Gears to be played. That's how much I love Gears.
I'd rather you at least got your certificate first. You might need that in life.
Basically, if I'm like further back in the queue, I'll be like, out my way, I'm going next. Grab and run.
It's not how it... Alright.
Please don't actually tempt me with that, because you do text me Gears, there is a possibility I would lose my shit. Basically, I do love Gears, and I'm really excited for when... to be fair, I'm very excited when they do Gears 5, and I get very excited about... It's one of the few games that I keep an eye on when they update with new content, because obviously it's all free, the new content on Gears. So every time they update and say there's new content, I'm like, yes, and I'm straight on Gears, basically.
So there you have it. Laura's crack in gaming is Gears of War. Now you know.
I'm gonna be. It is a problem. I actually feel like I could lose sleep for Gears, so I have lost sleep for Gears.
Well, let's make this podcast drag like 3 hours then, so you can get over your Gears addiction.
Let's try it.
Yep. So let's move into the news. Squiggy counts up the news stories. I can't be bothered. We've got some news. So let's start off with the one piece of news I wasn't aware of until about 5 minutes before recording this. The Wolf Among Us is getting a second season.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've not played it, so this one's over to you, Laura.
All right. Wolf Among Us is arguably Where on my scale, you could argue it's the best Telltale game. On my scale, it's second.
It's between it and Tales from the Borderlands, from what I've seen over the years.
Yeah. What's nicer is I went into this. Is this the only one? Yeah. This is actually the only Telltale game I went in without knowing the source material, which also makes it way more enjoyable.
To be fair, nobody's really read Fables, the comic. Like, sorry if you have read Fables, but it's like not the most well-known comic. Like, I feel it got more sales probably because of Wolf Among Us than anything.
I mean, that was a good thing. But yeah, basically, it's got a very gripping story because it's like a mystery, which is always a great thing because as a player, you know, you want the next episode to find out what happens. You know what I mean? That's like, there's an enticement to keep playing till the end. It's really well done. It's Telltale doing Telltale, and the fact that we've had to wait, I think that this came out in 2014, the original. So it's been a case of a long wait to even know that season 2 is happening. But when I saw the news, I was very, very happy. So.
Okay. Are you happy that Telltale are doing another sequel, though, or would you rather they try and do some new stuff?
They've got a lot on the go already, but I haven't really been keen on their recent stuff because it's still using the same formula. So if it was new stuff with a new formula, then I'd be all cool. But I know in the same announcement they announced a follow-up to Batman and another Walking Dead. Like, Walking Dead, at the end of the day, is the original and it's really popular.
Yeah.
But at the end, then again, I don't really care that they're doing a sequel to The Wolf Among Us because it's A, been so long, and B, there's so much to do with it. If it was like a sequel for sequel's sake, then sure, I would like, please do some new stuff, but it isn't, so I'm okay with this.
Okay, well that's good to hear then. So let's move from one sequel to another. We were talking about it literally 5 minutes ago. Destiny 2, the beta is well underway. I'm going to assume you've not tried it yet.
I have to pre-order stuff.
Well, you don't, because in theory I think the beta's over by the time this goes live, but as we're recording this, I think it's now transitioning into open beta away from pre-orders.
Okay. I'm going to be honest.
I'm going to probably download it tomorrow.
You know how my internet is. By the time I download the open beta, it'll be over, so...
Look, man, if I spent a day downloading... I remember the original Destiny beta, because I was back home at that time. I'd spend a day downloading that thing.
I was the same. I literally had to leave... I started work at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
So I got up at 3, put on my PlayStation, set it to download, and went to work, and came back, and it was still downloading. And that's not because I had a short shift, that was just how shit my internet was.
Oh, man.
But yeah, so I get your pain with that, Slazo. This is why I can't be bothered with Destiny 2, because it hasn't enticed me enough. Like, I look at the videos and I'm kind of like, I get the gist of it, your Destiny, like, doing this stuff is new. But because obviously I've played the original Destiny, it's not a beta I'm desperate to play. Whereas the last time going into this MMO on a console and stuff like that,
it was an entirely new thing.
Yeah, I needed to know. I wasn't sure whether I was going to buy it. I wasn't sure what it actually was, so that's why I did the beta. This time I'm like, eh.
Well, I remember at the time I was like, Bungie don't make good shooters. I don't like Halo, I'm sorry. But I was like, Bungie don't make good shooters, and I played Destiny and went, oh, this is really good. But yeah, so the Destiny 2 beta is a bit more bare bones compared to the original. You get one story mission, which showcases the fall of the tower, and essentially the entrance of I'm going to get them wrong, but the Red something Cabal faction. Red Legion or whatever they're called.
Oh, yeah, I know who you mean, but I have no... Like, the Destiny went all over my head with remembering terms.
Yep, because proving that after years of these things, like... After years of Guardians annoying the various factions, all they had to do was just attack the Traveller really hard. And problem solved. So there you go. And I mean, hey, it's a cool enough mission. You get to run around the tower, see some familiar landscapes on fire. You actually get to see the 3 Vanguard leaders doing things. So Cade 6 and the other 2. Sorry, I should get that right. Nathan Fillion and the other 2. So yeah, they're all in action. Even the ship person does something. That was a surprise. It's like, wow, you've got a name. But so yeah, that's cool. And then there's a strike where you fight the Fallen, then the Cabal, then the Vex at the very end. I could not for the life of me grasp the story of that strike because there's no real context for it. It exists
in its own little bubble.
It's just like you go through it and like, so they're fighting Cabal at one point, and like, okay, cool, I see this, and then it's like, now we're fighting Vex, and now here's the Vex Gate Lord thing. It's like, what? why are we here? I mean, the boss battle looked cooler than a lot of what you've seen in like Destiny 1. So like, it's like a multi-phase thing where you first shoot him a bit on like this platform. You're like, yeah, okay, it's going well, and then you get down to about 2/3 health, and then the floor disappears, and you collapse down to the next level. You fight him a bit more until you get into another point. Then the floor disappears again. You collapse down to the bottom level, and he's running around like circling you from murky water. And then when you get him down to like the final quarter, he like comes off to the platform and starts trying to stomp on your head. So, in terms of a multi-phase battle, that's kind of cooler than a lot of what Destiny's bullet sponges used to be, where it was just like, kill this guy, you're going to be here for 5 to 10. In fact, frick it, I did like the first strike the other day. Like when you've got a low-level character, that tank literally took us 15 to 20 minutes, and I was bored out of my skull because there was nothing much I could do.
Just keep going till it's over, basically.
Pretty much. So I feel like I haven't seen the multiplayer in action, but I feel like this is the problem with like Destiny 2 feels. I can see it's better. It looks better because it's no longer got to do last gen stuff, and there's a bit more life in. Well, I expect there to be a bit more life in the opening campaign mission, but it seems like there's a little more life, and enemies have new attack patterns. But at the end of the day, like half of it was there's the legionary, there's the guy with the shield. Oh, there's a dog now that you have to shoot. That's cool, I guess. Like, it still feels very much same old Destiny, just slightly shinier. And I don't know if it's enough to sell me on it yet.
Yeah, you'll soon see. I mean, I think it's one of those games. If everyone gets on the hype train, you do tend to get dragged on it. Like you'll just be walking alongside the train and someone yanks you on. That's how I deal with it.
Because I'm playing Destiny 1 now, hopefully that'll like ease my hype for it, so I can focus on other games instead. Because, yeah, I don't. Maybe it'll change as we get closer to launch, but at the moment I don't see how Destiny 2 is worth 50 quid.
We'll soon see.
We'll soon see. So let's move on to another a big launch for this week. The Nintendo Online app, which probably has a proper name, but I don't know what it is.
Online Nintendo app.
Pretty much. The first version of it is out at the moment now on iOS and Android, and it's not great. So there's several elements to it. So the SplatNet element, which is kind of like all the data tracking for Splatoon 2 and everything, that's great. Everyone loves that because it does a really good job of showcasing like in more detailed breakdowns of performances. You can buy gear and like hook it up, like send that to your Switch so you can do cool. Like that part of it's fine. SplatNet is fine. The whole problem comes from the rest of it, like the voice chat, which is an unbelievable nightmare of hellish proportions. So, among other things with the voice chat, it doesn't work if you close the app. It doesn't work if you exit the app. It doesn't work if your phone goes to sleep. So, your phone has to be on the whole time, and you can't swap apps. Which means if you're trying to text chat to get everything set up, you can't do that.
Oh.
Yep. Also, so to set up a multiplayer game of Splatoon 2 with your friends, you fire up the game on your Switch, you go into a lobby, you say, man, I want to make this a multiplayer lobby. So you choose that option, which then sends a notice out to your phone, and then you send that notice from your phone to other people's apps on their phones, and why can't I just do it by the Switch? Why can't I just go invite friends like every other online service?
I don't get that at all.
It's a weirdly complicated, stupid attempt at providing a solution. And it's even more insane considering, so like, it's free at the moment, and it won't be charged until next year, as per their announcement a little while back.
Oh, and they delayed it and everything.
Yeah, which is fine. So hopefully they'll get some time to fine tune it, because at the moment there's no reason to really use this. Like, Discord and Skype are available and they're free to voice chat. Why would you pay for an inferior voice chat service? Because Skype, you can exit out the app and do other things on your phone. You don't have to stay in Skype the whole time.
You know what? I'd also be tempted just to boot up my Xbox or PlayStation if other people had it. So let's party chat there. Or even, this crazy device called the Vita, which doesn't get a lot of love. But for this, I could just use my Vita.
Xbox, Vita, PS4, PC.
Yeah.
I mean, I can just spin my telly around from here and I have done before. We've recorded Party Chat podcast where I'm playing Splatoon 2, as it turns out. But yeah, I mean, maybe it'll get better over time. Also, the other fun thing is if you're trying to do it while the Switch is in handheld mode, so you've got headphones in and everything. Oh boy, it's just cables. Cables never end. So
okay.
yeah, it's not the greatest start of it. You can read some more detailed breakdowns online, or you can try it out yourself. But hopefully it gets better over time, and Nintendo prove that it's going to be worth cash money. Because otherwise,
Why bother?
Not the greatest of starts to their attempt at getting into more paid online space. So let's move on into some more positive news. So over the last week or two, we've had Evo and Comic-Con season, which means a butt ton of fighting game announcements have happened. And I'm going to go through these now, and you can bet Laura will go, yeah, sure, that's a character.
I love my fighting games, so don't even mock me.
I'm sorry. So we'll start off with we'll start off with Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. The 4 new characters have been announced for it, which all fit into the pattern of what the leaked roster is at the moment, so no surprises. Hager from Final Fight is going to be in the game. Spider-Man, who's Spider-Man? Never heard of him. Cool. So he's going to be in it. Like, he's the only Marvel character they've announced in this batch.
I mean, I know who Spider-Man is. So.
Do you really? But which Spider-Man, Laura? Is it?
I don't know which Spider-Man's been announced. I don't know.
Oh my god, because there's so many of them. I mean, there is. But Nemesis from Resident Evil is going to be in the game. And one you'll probably play as, Laura, if you were to ever get this. Frank West from Dead Rising. Your boy Frank. My boy. I love me boy Frank West. I want to happily play this game now for Frank West, my boy. Laura, one of the 5 people to play Dead Rising 4. So
how dare you? It's a good game. It's an underrated game.
I didn't say it was bad. I just said nobody played it.
I know.
So, and speaking of games nobody really played, Street Fighter 5. Shots fired.
I mean, they took the servers down. So many people played it. So.
Did they? Okay, so I don't know. Did they? Street Fighter 5's newest DLC character is going to be Abigail from Final Fight. I have not played Final Fight, so that's just the name to me. I apologise. Speaking of characters coming to games that aren't actually from that franchise, Tekken 7's newest DLC character is Geese Howard from Fatal Fury. Apparently, these games can't add characters from their own games. So the newest Street Fighter character is from Final Fight, and the newest Tekken character is from Fatal Fury. That's awesome, but what? Why not characters from your own series?
I mean, that is a good shout. I'm trying to think through the logic of not having them from your own series, and I'm really struggling.
But if you want crossovers, then the ultimate one has to be BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle, which was announced, the newest entry to the BlazBlue franchise. But it's not just going to have BlazBlue characters. It's also going to have characters from obscure game Laura will have never heard of, Under Night in Birth. So it's getting those. It's also...
you just said words at me then, and I was like,
I hope you've heard of these other two though, Laura. It's also going to have characters from the cast of RWBY, one of Rooster Teeth's very successful animated series, which has been doing well for the past few years. You have heard of RWBY, right, Laura? Oh no. If you haven't heard of this one, friendship's over. And also, it's going to have characters from Persona.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Redeemed.
I love it. I'm sorry. I was kind of relieved when you said that, because I was like, there's a lot of pressure, because I have never heard of this RWBY thing.
Wow. But yeah, the Persona cast will also be showing up, which I imagine for them, because this is Arc System work, so I imagine it's just going to be a case of taking characters from the Persona fighting games that they made before, and just dropping the assets into the new one and being like, yep, job done. I think that's really cool. It kind of works for BlazBlue because it's a very anime fighter, so to have it cross over with 3 more anime franchises, especially Persona, which is just instant money. If I can play as fight some of the Persona 5 people, sold.
I'm gonna be honest. Would you actually buy it just for the Persona connection? Because you are a huge Persona. Is that enough?
I mean, I like BlazBlue. It's a very complex, very hard.
It's a very niche fighting game.
Very
people that love it,
story
love
is gibberish franchise, but it is good fun. I don't know if I could put the time in to get good at BlazBlue ever, but it's kind of a game that if I had the spare money, I would probably pick up. So, and
I think that's fair.
This makes it stand out more to me than say Chrono Phantasma and other past BlazBlue entries. Going along and saying you can play as your waifu from Persona 4 is oh, good to Good to know. Sold. But yeah, let's move away from the fighting games. I do have one more character announcement. Doomfist is finally arriving in Overwatch next week after months of hype and like a few weeks of reveals. He is finally showing up in Overwatch. Yeah, it's cool. I haven't played Overwatch in a little while. I still haven't tried Orisa. I think I pronounced that right. The last new character. I main Sombra, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. Laura, do you Overwatch?
Yeah. I do not Overwatch. I always wanted to. It's one of the ones I missed out on. I'm sad. I'm sad because it still looks so good, but I'm at the point now, if I just wait out longer, Overwatch 2 will happen.
No.
Maybe.
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
You might be waiting a while.
I'm gonna be. To be fair, I think they're waiting for me to buy Overwatch, and then they're going to announce Overwatch 2. So.
Well, we'll end on a game Laura has played. From Doomfist to Doom, which is getting a 6.66 update, I believe it is, which, among other things, will make the paid DLC free for everyone. So all of the additional multiplayer maps and content and modes that they've released as paid DLC up till now is going to be free.
Hey, that's always a nice...
How is Doom's multiplayer? Because like everyone always talks about the single player, but I've never heard anyone like really outside of like Bethesda E3s talk about the multiplayer. So you own Doom. What did you think of it?
I love the single player of Doom.
We're not talking about that.
When I tried to do a multiplayer game, it was really took me ages to find a game.
Oh no.
So yeah, what I did play, it seemed alright, but then it just felt like the multiplayer was the weaker part of the game. So I've not really ever gone back and thought stuff like that. But with the stuff being free, it might boost numbers, and maybe I'll go find a game.
It'll boost some numbers. So yeah, if you've been holding off on Doom's multiplayer and you've owned the game, why not give it a try? I don't have the exact release date here, but soon. Coming soon, TM. And speaking of coming soon, TM, we can now transition into the releases for this week. I thought that was a damn good segue. Fine. Squiggy, eat your heart out. I can do this hosting lot.
Okay, I mean the self-praise is...
But yeah, so there's a bunch of games. Now, usually we don't really tend to talk about the some of the smaller digital stuff, but fuck it, I'm talking about this one. On the 26th, which I believe is the Wednesday. Yes, Wednesday 26th. Unbox Newbie's Adventure comes to PlayStation 4. Why am I talking about this game? Because A, I've played the original on Steam, and it's a pretty damn cool 3D platformer where you deliver yourself as a box, which is hilarious. Also because one of the development team used to live with me a few years back. So, yeah, he's pretty cool, and he helped make a pretty cool game, which is now coming to consoles. PS4 first, it should be coming to Switch at some point. I'm not sure if they're doing Expo. But, yeah, if you want a cool 3D platformer, which has a sense of humour, I do like sense of humour in my games. I mean, there's a joke in it at one point where young box, talks about pushing an old box down a flight of stairs. I must admit, that was one that was like, wait, what? Name redacted, why did you put this joke in the game? So, yeah, no, it's good fun, and like, yeah, there you go. Promotion. But other than that, coming out on Friday the 28th, we have a bunch of games. And we also have the new Nintendo 2DS XL finally making its debut. And to support it, Nintendo have released not one, not two, but 3 new 3DS games on one day. Who says the system's dead? So, Hey Pikmin is coming out on that day. The 2D side-scrolling Pikmin platformer that we saw a bit of at E3 and before then. I think it'd be cool to see how Pikmin does on a handheld, actually. I think this is the first time.
I mean, I always thought Pikmin was more suited for handheld after playing it. Like, I could have easily put more time into it if I could have taken it with me on a train or something.
Yeah, it, like, especially considering, like, how time critical it is, it would be kind of cool to do it on a platform where you can then just go, oh no, I need to go do something. Sleep. Walk off.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
then come back.
Yeah, I mean, this would be cool. I'm not sure how well it will transition to 2D, like... Maybe it'll make it a bit easier to manage the Pikmin, because I know that was always a bit annoying on 3D, trying to get them all to sort themselves out and do what you need them to do. I've not played the Wii U one though, I must admit, so I don't know if
I don't think a lot of people did. Jokes.
No one played the Wii U.
Oh.
Yeah, so if you want a Pikmin fix, it's coming to your 3DS. There's also 2 other games. There's Miitopia, which I believe I'm going to get it wrong. I think it's from the people who did Ever Oasis. I could be entirely wrong. It's something like that. Or maybe it's from like Fantasy Life or whatever it was called. It's essentially Mii's in an RPG setting. He says, off the top of his head, I am going to look this up.
I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I'm going to look this up because I've seen it advertised a lot, but I might be getting it mixed up with past games. Miitopia. From the makers of Tomodachi Life. Bollocks, got it wrong. Yeah, it's a comical RPG where your Miis go around saving the kingdom and doing various stupid things. So, yeah, it's like the last game, except now with actual Miis instead of just things that aren't Miis. So, hey, yeah, if you want an RPG for your 3DS, why not give that a whirl while you're waiting for Pokemon Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon? But,
I mean, why not? Just fill your time with other games. This seems to be your theme of this podcast so far. You're like, you could have Destiny 2, but play Destiny 1. You could have that, but, sorry.
Yeah.
I've just noticed.
Or you could play not just your average Joe Schmo's brain training. You could get devilish brain training. After like years of Nintendo going, sure, that's coming out one day, maybe. It's actually coming out one day, this Friday, to be specific. So
soon.
If you played brain training and were like, man, this game's a piece of piss, then this is the game for you. A brain training game that's tsundere in how it belittles you and makes you feel like a complete moron. I mean, I never had any real problems with brain training, the old ones, and neither did Laura's dog. But how about you, Laura? Were you part of the brain training grains?
I was. I love brain training. I was actually really cool at brain training. I say really cool. I say basically it didn't tell me I was dumb, so I was kind of appreciating it. It gave me a nice age. But
that's the thing. I got nice ages as time went on. I always remember the first time I played it when it was like, oh, you're in your 40s or 50s, and I was like, you what?
How?
You freaking what? I'll stab you.
distracted?
I'll gut you, mate. No, I think it gives you a deliberately bad rating on your first one to make you think.
No,
oh,
it doesn't.
On your very first one.
No, it doesn't.
What did you get on your very first one?
I think I got like 28.
Okay.
I mean, it was older than what I was. Don't get me wrong. So those are like obviously those are, but it wasn't like 40 or 50. I wasn't like, are you ill? Do you need assistance? It didn't get
Wow, Laura's universe. If you're 40, oh no, you're already past it. Get the walking stick out.
Life is over. Just go home.
If you're listening, sorry, Mum. But yeah, so I could do the math stuff easy. I think I know the first time I did it, I got caught out by the whole say the colour of the text and then it prints the word blue and yellow, and I
love them games. I used to play them as a child.
Well, I'd never seen that trick before, so I got
Yeah,
thoroughly humiliated by that once or twice. But the maths I could do like that. It was like do 100 maths things, and they did that, blaze that. So yeah, but yeah, if you want more brain training, then devilish brain training, which is perfect if you've still been playing brain training games for the past 10 years.
It just feels like something that's of its era, if that makes sense. Era, sorry.
Yeah, it's a weird throwback. Yeah.
It's like if Nintendo come out and said, "Oh, we're bringing back Wii Fit and Nintendo Switch Fit" or something.
It's like if Harmonix came out and said, "We're bringing back Rock Band."
Oh, but they do. Yeah, it just feels like I appreciated what the game did at the time and stuff, but there's probably a hole in the market for it now.
Do you not think it's been like long enough that this could be seen as a curio now? Of like, I remember that.
I think it's a case, and a lot of people bought it because it was like the first of its kind, and it was different, and it was new. And then people that wouldn't buy it again, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Like in my perspective, I was like, I did the brain training thing. I have no interest to go back to the brain training thing.
It was cool in that it was kind of like one of the like more not quirky, but like casual DS games that kind of led the charge of what became Nintendo's ethos for a while. Like between that and Nintendogs and Animal Crossing. So, yeah. I ain't gonna begrudge it if you wanna try some brain training.
If you wanna buy it. Don't get me wrong. Just contact us if you buy it, because I'm intrigued.
Cool. And then so there's a bunch of games. The only other one I'm gonna mention that really stuck out to me, Rugby League Live 4, coming to PS4 and Xbox One.
Right, there's never... I swear to God, rugby games must be hard to make, because you never get a good rugby game. This might be the one, I don't know. I haven't looked
Laura,
into
apparently
it,
you're a veteran of the franchise... Not the franchise, the
I mean,
genre.
I've played a few rugby games, yeah. I don't really... It's how I learn... To be fair, I use video games to learn about sport. I find it the easiest way to learn the rules.
That's fair, that's fair.
That's what I did with Madden. It's actually what I did with NBA games, like 2K ones, and it's what I did with tennis originally. This is going way back when I didn't really, all the minor rules of tennis, not the basic.
This is fine. I didn't learn how American football was played until I think I watched Game Grumps play like some old American football game, because I've tried to watch the Super Bowl once. I have no idea. It's idiocy. It's complete idiocy. But,
that's the thing with it, though. It's like, I don't know. I was going to say, I even learned the rules of Quidditch in the Harry Potter Quidditch game. I did love that game.
I know the rules of Blitzball if we're going to made-up games.
Yeah. Well, Quidditch's real. There's a Quidditch Cup every year. Oh, what are you trying to say?
Sorry, Hermione. Jesus.
I'm more of a loon, and we all know it. Not the point of this conversation, but yeah, I mean, if this game ends up
she
good,
does love good. That was a terrible joke. I'm sorry. Right, go on.
I cannot believe you just. I actually got to tweet that in a minute, just so you know. If you want to fight, I just thought it was so.
You do that when I get to plugs in a minute, but yeah, finish up your thought on rugby.
Yeah, but I was going to say, if I haven't really ever been a good rugby game. I think one of the Rugby World Cup games was one of the worst games ever made. I remember reading how bad it was. Like, it's like stuck with me. Like, if I saw the box art of it, I'm like, it's that game!
Points dramatically. You!
This is what I do in the middle of CEX. I'm like, you there! Game of badness! I don't know why I put on a voice, Jesus. But, I'm sorry, that just threw me that I'm in CEX doing that. But basically, yeah, if this game turns out to be good, I would love to learn more about rugby, and it could be a great opportunity to learn.
Yep.
You know the other thing with these games, I said I learned sport. To learn about a sport, I don't really want to spend 40 or 50 quid on launch, right? Yeah. So I used to rent these sort of games from Blockbusters, but it's not something I do now because I don't know if you heard.
There's no Blockbusters.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard, but Blockbusters aren't anymore. Could you imagine if people just pop up going, Blockbusters is real? But, yeah, so, I mean, if an easy way, if it went really, really cheap, and I had a lot of spare cash, and it turned out to be good, I would totally buy this.
Okay.
Just saying. So I want to learn more about rugby, and I really think it's the best way to learn.
So there you go. If you want Laura to start tweeting about rugby, buy her this game.
If you don't want me to tweet about rugby,
tough. You've lost. If you don't want her to tweet, you've already lost. But yeah, let's move on from releases then and into the good old plugs. I'm going to assume you've got nothing to plug.
Yeah.
Cool. So Saturday Morning Switch, the journey continues. I didn't actually plug last week because it was still being recorded as I was talking to Squiggy. But if you want to see me make it from the start of the game to fighting Ganon in Master Mode on Zelda Breath of the Wild, that is Saturday Morning Switch episode 26. I had far too much fun in that 2-hour thing. Just trying to get my corpse into the room with Ganon was hilarious. And
I heard you're bad at games though.
How dare you? I'm a master. That's why I played Zelda Master Mode. But so yeah, that one. The actual last week's episode, Splatoon 2, the Splatfest, obviously was live a week ago, so I played that, recorded that, and talked a bit about it in the first of a few Splatoon 2 videos the Saturday Morning Switch will be doing. I had a rocky start, and then by the end of it I was win, so yeah, I think I can do alright at Splatoon 2. I'm gonna get annihilated so hard. But that's the first of those videos. The next Saturday Morning Switch will be all about the single player mode. So the plight of the Squid Sisters, or whatever it's actually called. So yeah, if you want to see some of that in action and my thoughts on that, stay tuned on Saturday. And then as for episodes beyond that, there'll probably be a July recap, and then maybe another Splatoon 2 episode or two as we start focusing on Mario X Rabbids whenever that exactly comes out in August. So, yeah.
Soon.
And then, who knows, maybe at some point we'll have some Switch versus videos. That would be great if somebody was to rise to my Mario Kart 8 challenge. Somebody who isn't here right now. But I'm sure one day he'll find time in his busy schedule to fight us mortals. So, yeah, look forward to that maybe one day. But I believe that brings us all the way to our hot topic. And I must admit, this week I had nothing, and then Laura slammed open the door and was like, "Don't worry, Slazo, I got you, bud. I know exactly what we can talk about this week." So, over to you, Miss O'Leary.
Well, as you referred to in the opening news segment, you hadn't heard the news about The Wolf Among Us, which is where I got inspired for this hot topic.
Yeah, I only hear about good games.
I will ignore that and
It's
carry
probably
on.
the best. I know I'm wrong.
Basically, it'd been so long since they've announced. It was a game where you thought, is it ever going to happen? So the hot topic this week is discussing games we are pretty sure are never going to get a sequel, in the sense that we've given up hoping that this game will ever get followed up on, or any form of fresh game coming to the series. Just generally like that. Games that basically we wish had sequels, I'm guessing, because we wouldn't be hoping for a bad game to get a sequel, unlike that Rugby World Cup game. Hey!
I mean, it's the fourth one of the franchise, so it must be doing something right.
Yeah, okay. But, yeah, so we're going to... Okay, then. But, yeah, so we're going to be discussing that. I mean, I got a game that I want to talk about to kick it off, Slaves, if you don't mind.
You want to go? Go for it, Laura. Don't let me stop.
Pretty sure there's never going to be a sequel to this. Do you know of a game called LA Noire?
I may have heard. I probably own it and have never played it because I've met me.
That does sound like you. Basically, it was a detective game with the whole emphasis on face recognition and stuff like that.
Fellow Johnny.
What? Did I just lag out?
Ignore that. No. Okay. That was me trying to do a quote from the game. Ignore me.
Oh, okay. I just thought you started to speak Welsh at me, or that's how I sound when I lag. But anyway, yeah, LA Noire was it was an average game. I actually ended up resenting it by the end when I tried to finish. Like, I wanted to finish it to sell my 360, but I always thought it'd get a sequel and improve upon all the things I didn't like about it. Like, I had hyped it up so high and it didn't quite deliver. So I was thinking when it did the sequel, it would be like, you know what I want. Like, it would be like, yeah, they've learned this, this, and this, and it's great. And obviously it's been, I don't know, 7 years? It might even be more. It might be even like 9. It's been ages, considering it was on 360 and PS3, I assume. That I've given up hope we're ever going to get it.
It was, like, I have always actually...
The idea is great.
Yeah, I have always wanted to play LOR because I thought, like, an actual kind of, like, game where you have to try and read people, like, and it kind of focuses a bit more on the, like, facial expressions, and you have to try and judge things and then link evidence together. I thought that was a really cool concept, and then reviews all kind of were decidedly meh towards it, and I was like, oh, that's a bit of a shame, because you don't really see this in gaming. Like, a detective game that's actually about detective work, not just, I've got this item, progress mission, please. So, yeah. I mean, I don't know if it's one
it did get a bit repetitive.
Yeah, I don't know if it's one that's come to mind as, like, having a sequel, but it'd be cool to see Rockstar go back to that instead of just making GTA 29.
It wasn't completely shut down. Like, the ending isn't like, you know what I mean? Like, it isn't
what
like...
game has a proper ending these days, though? They all go
exactly.
sequel, baby.
Sorry, I've just double checked. It hasn't been as long as I thought. 2011, apparently.
Oh, oof, okay, only 6 years.
Yeah, but even then, 6 years, it's still, but it's just, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. That's how I wanted to kick it off with. I don't know if you can beat LA Noire getting a sequel.
Oh, I can. So,
actually, there is one. I'm going to say this. I hope, if unless you pick what I think I'm thinking of, go Slazo, beat it.
Alright, I'm probably not going to pick what you're thinking of. I would like Mirror's Edge to get a sequel. It came out in 2008, and there's just not been one in the time since, and that really breaks my heart. Okay, jokes aside, I can't even do Beyond Good and Evil as a joke, because that got announced this year, properly.
I mean, it's still ages off, so you can pretend like it doesn't exist. You can still be one of those non-believers going, it's not real till it's in my hand.
Okay, so I'm going to go for the answer I always go when people say, what sequel would you really, really want? Advance Wars. I freaking love the Advance Wars franchise. The first 3 games are amazing. The fourth game was different in a different way. For the first 3 games, like, I loved. Dual Strike is still one of my favourite games ever, just for the sheer amount of content and fun and replayability it offered. And, like, it was kind of a really nice cutesy take on RTS War in, like, an era where, like, a lot of, like, not RTS, sorry, turn-based, but in an era where a lot of those kind of war games are just send your sparse marines at each other, and here's a game which is like the bright red army fights the bright green army with like what look like toy little tanks. It's like, this is adorable and amazing, and yeah, I really, really loved Advance Wars Dual Strike. It's annoyed me to no end that I gave it away to a friend at one point, loaning it to them, and then left school. So never got that back, and I've never seen it in a shop since, and believe me, I've tried. Can't buy that game for love nor money. But yeah, I really love that, and there was a thing I used to do on, like, a forum I used to go on, Official Nintendo Magazine, where every E3 I'd be like, some people would Bagsy threads, and I'd be like, I Bagsy Advance Wars if they announce Advance Wars. Never happened.
I never made it. That's a great way to confirm that you never made a thread. Yeah, I bagged you the other. I've got this, guys. I'll cover the Advance Wars.
I'll do it. It's mine. It's all mine. Never happened. Never, ever happened. So, and they've talked a little bit about it recently, like with the success of Fire Emblem. They're like, some interviewers were like, would you ever consider going back to some of your other franchises, like Advance Wars? And they're like, man, if we could think of a way to get money, and fuck that, don't you waifu my Advance Wars. That's not what it's about. But, I'd still love to see an Advance Wars 5. I feel it's an amazing franchise and it deserves more than it got. I know it's so shite in Japan because Japan doesn't have good taste, but I'd love to see the return of Advance Wars. Like, forget the 4th one ever happened and just make one in the style of the first 3. And, I mean, I'll buy it. I'll buy it like a million times if that's what it takes to prove the success. So, yeah, bring back Advance Wars, please.
I mean, that's good. I mean, there's plenty of weight on that one.
Yep.
But it dawned on me when I was talking.
Oh, no.
Time Splitters.
Oh, no.
It's because you said that it was like, it got announced and it did. I mean, do you remember when Time Splitters was announced as getting its thing? It was going to be a parody with like Gears of War, Monkey and
Man, I remember Time
Halo.
Splitters 4. That was some cool concept art.
Obviously, this looks like it's never going to happen because of, companies going under.
I don't even know who owns it anymore. Like, the companies have gone under so many times.
I just don't know. So I kind of feel like I've given up hope. So much so that I constantly forget it's a game.
Yep.
Like then, when I was thinking earlier on, I was thinking games I'm desperate for. I forgot Time Splitters. It's actually gotten to the point now where I don't even like false hope and be like, wouldn't it be nice if... No.
Wouldn't it be lovely?
Yeah, you get my point. But as you can see,
what would you want from a Time Splitters 4?
I'm gonna be honest. It's been so long. It's been so long that I'm kind of to the point of. I kind of always like the idea that they teased of doing the parodies of other games because I like Saints Row and that's the humour and all the parodies and stuff like that. Like I like that. I think it'd be cool. But to be fair, just to have access to that cast of characters again. Like, even if it was just a multiplayer game, like, I know the story was, I enjoyed the campaign, I did that all through co-op, but even if it was just an online multiplayer game and I got to be the monkey again, or Crispin the flaming zombie, or Corporal Hart, Sergeant Calder,
the fact you can remember all of these names says volumes. Yeah.
Snowman, where he was like, I'm melting! Captain Ash, oh my god, Deacon Swan, oh my god, like, just to have that cast of characters back. Sorry, it just don't. It's like if I could just have them characters back, I'd be so happy.
So what you're saying is you don't really care about Time Splitters. You just want a game which brings back everyone who was in Time Splitters.
Yeah. Oh, don't, because then they might give me a fighting game or something. No. Okay, I need it to be a Time Splitters game. And to be fair, I also miss the game modes. I miss Flame Tag, Infection. Because there's something else really like it in other games. Like, this sounds, I mean, I think there's stuff maybe in Halo, like Infection and stuff, is like the similar mode, but the whole, you tag the flame tag that the person on Flyer has to tag someone else before they die.
Like, speaking about this, it makes me kind of surprised that they, so, like, I can get not doing, like, why Time Splitters 4 never actually happened in the end. But now I think about it, like, I don't know why they didn't do Time Splitters HD, like a trilogy HD that combined all of the old characters and the maps and everything.
There was a fan-made one.
Oh, okay.
I think it comes back to who actually owns the rights, who's got this.
But it's like when the company had the rights, like that. I imagine, like, Time Splitters is such a following that even if it was just like we've gotten rid of single player, it's only multiplayer. I imagine people would still buy it in their droves.
I imagine so, yeah. So if you're listening, give droves. Even Slazo will play it, and Slazo would be like, Laura, which character should I play up? And I'll start listing again.
You'd be like, I'd Decon Swan. I'm not gonna lie, like that name, just how could I say no?
He's like the most plainest cat. To be fair, this sounds really weird, but me and my friend, basically, we used to play Time Splitters. Well, we played all of them a lot, what am I saying? But one in particular, one had like limited characters or whatever. You know, less characters, obviously, the roster grew getting on. But basically, because they ended up, Deacon Swan used to be on the green team, and Captain Ashley always used to be with Corporal Hart on the red. So basically, we had this own little, like a personal feud. Like, there's nothing wrong with the character, nothing to do with him. But they kept killing us, so we'd be like, oh, Deacon. We made him a more interesting character than he actually was, to be honest. Like, stuff like that, and inside jokes. But, yeah. I'm just building it up in case they re-release it and you see him as the most vanilla guy ever. And I'll be like, dude has personality, you just don't see it.
You don't understand my fanfiction, man.
It's all in my head, but you just don't understand.
Okay. So let's move on from Laura's headcanon to Time Splitters. So another game I would like to see. So we've seen a lot of classic platformers being brought back, and we've seen Naughty Dog bring back Crash recently. But fuck Crash. I want Jack. I want my boy Jack back. Jack 1 is a platforming masterpiece, one of the very best 3D platformers ever made. Jack 2 exists. Jack 3 was pretty alright. Jack X was pretty alright, but man, I would kill for a proper Jack platformer again that went back to its roots of just pure platforming, none of this GTA-like bullshit. But I've replayed the original Jack multiple times. I've 100%'d it on PS2, I've platinumed it on PS3, it's coming to PS4, and I'll probably end up doing it again because I fucking love this game, and I would love like a 3D platformer like Jack. I would love Jack to come back with a new game that's like.
You know what's better than Jack?
It's a bit like if your answer is anything that's in my head right now.
Crash Bash 2.
Nah, I never.
Okay.
Crash Bash is alright, but I'm one of the few people who never thought of it as the greatest thing.
I loved it. The only other game I can think of bringing up, which is not on the level of Jack, don't get me wrong, because you know like the logic that I thought LA Noire would improve on the first one?
Yes.
I think it has been remastered, so my hope is thinking that there's more potential this could happen now. Oh. Got remastered and released this year. Oh, nice. Bulletstorm. It was always an all-right game, and I liked the concept of it, and it was nice, and it was like a 6 out of 10. You know, like it did what it did well, but they could improve it so much. So I'd be intrigued with a Bulletstorm too. But for ages, obviously, because it didn't sell overly great, and it was most people got it for the I want to say Crackdown beta, but I don't think it was. Yeah, Crackdown beta.
Oh, no, Crackdown was for the Halo beta.
Gears of War beta.
Gears of War beta, yeah, epic. Duh.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah, so it kind of was overshadowed by a beta, but it was alright, and I just think they could do so much with the concept.
I want the club too, if we're going on this nonsense.
I mean, that's the sort of same concept. I mean, I'm fine with that. Everyone got into the club, and I was kind of like...
I mean, if you're going on this path, surely you should ask for Sunset Overdrive too.
No, because I still have hope. It hasn't been that long that I've lost hope yet.
That's fair,
Not
actually.
yet. I haven't lost hope yet, okay? Ask me in 2 years, and I'll be like, why?
Will do. But, yeah, I suppose, like, another one I've always wanted to, like, this is going to sound weird, but, good Pokemon console game. Like, man.
Pokemon Snap 2.
Pokemon Snap 2, or Pokemon Stadium 3, or a third Shadow game.
Generally, any Pokemon game you've given up on hope on because it's been so bloody long.
It's been so long since we had okay, so don't get me wrong, Pokken is cool in its own way, and I like it. And if I have the money come September, I will probably buy the deluxe version on the Switch. But I would like, and I know Game Freak are making a Pokemon game for the Switch, so Gen 8's going to be on the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd like something else, like a good Pokemon console game, like that's cool. It's been so long, like the GameCube, if you don't count Pokken. So, it would be nice to finally get one of those and have that hump overcome. before the main franchise comes in to bail everything out. So,
I mean, that's fair.
yeah. Anything else?
I get that. I get on board with that. I can't think of anything else. I mean, I've gone really way back with Time Splitters because the wait for that has been atrocious.
Yeah.
To the slight renewed hope with Bulletstorm's remaster, because that was always weird when it got remastered for no reason. I can't think of anything else that I've got as much that I've given up hope on, because there's still delusions of certain games getting sequels.
Well, I mean, I'd make a joke, like another game I could make a joke about is Roller Coaster Tycoon, but we have Roller Coaster Tycoon 4 and it's wank, and now we have Parkitect and Planet Coaster, which are taking it in exciting new directions. So
woohoo!
Don't even need Roller Coaster Tycoon anymore. I suppose Zoo Tycoon. That was fun. I'd love a new Zoo Tycoon.
I did like Zoo Tycoon. That is a good shout, but I think it's another case of after how they did Roller Tycoon. I mean, I like Theme Hospital, but I feel like it's stuff. They're games that are best left in the past because they will never.
That's fine.
I want them to be.
At the very least,
can I have?
Yeah, that's fine. But at the very least, can I have a way to rebuy Zoo Tycoon? Because you can rebuy Theme Park Hospital and all that lot.
Theme Hospital.
Sorry, I got the.
But
two
you
confused.
can also buy Theme Park, and you can also buy Theme Hospital. So.
But yeah, but like Zoo Tycoon, no, that's vanished into the echoes of time. It's like, please.
It's on Xbox One, isn't it?
The console one is.
Well, obviously the console one. I didn't think the PC one was on it. Way jokes. But yeah, depends how desperate for you are for your Zoo Tycoon.
Not that desperate, it's true. So yeah, that's a selection of games we like. Nothing else on your end, I think you said?
Nothing, no. I can't think. I think now I've mentioned Time Splitters, all I can think about is Time Splitters and how I'm not going to get that game, am I? Nope. It's dead, isn't it?
It's over.
It's dead.
Yep, good. Where it belongs. But, yeah, so... But if you have a game you want to see back, then tweet us at Retro Remastered. Tell us about a sequel you'd really want but will probably never get. And if you tweet Metroid Prime 4 at me, F off. So,
you know what I'm tweeting?
You dare. But, I know things about you, Laura. But, yeah, so that brings us all, on that cheery note, to a close for this week. This has been Pie Chat Podcast, episode 094. If you want to catch us on Twitter, you can follow our main account at Retro Remastered, or you can follow us individually. I'm at Slazo King. Laura is at Law. There's nobody else in this podcast, so I don't need to plug anyone else's Twitter. You can follow us on Tumblr at The Retro Remastered, because we are The Retro Remastered. You can follow us on YouTube by clicking at that button I'm pointing at, even though you can't see me pointing, to subscribe to our channel, or maybe give us a like or a comment. Maybe comment about what game you'd like to see a sequel to in the comments, and if you do that, we'll read it out next week. Speaking next week, who knows who'll be on this podcast. I'll be here. Whether the revolving door continues.
Come rain or shine, I thought you were going to rip off Gardener's World so hard then. Sorry.
Yeah, Gardener's World, that's my go-to for quotes.
Whatever the weather, Slazo's here.
Sure. But, I mean, that's been true for the last 94 episodes, so it's probably going to be true for 95. Who I'm with? Who knows? Will it be Laura? Will it be Squiggy? Will it be both? Imagine that. A podcast with all three of us. Oh, can hardly wait. So, in the meantime, we'll see you then. Don't forget to watch Saturday Morning Switch. And anything else you'd like to say, Laura, before we go?
Bye.
Bye. There you go. One word. That's all you get. You don't get paid by the hour. So, until then, see you all, everybody.